As I sit here thinking about tomorrow's video and doing a review on this beautiful heated seat pad that was sent to me to try out, I feel like I'm compelled or impelled, whatever. What am I saying? Good God, come on. I feel like I'm compelled to talk about the other side of filling up your fuel tank. We all know overfilling your fuel tank now, even though some people don't want to admit it, can cause a lot of damage. There's a lot of people out there that don't understand why. It's because you screw up the evaporative emission system as you're pumping raw fuel into a system that's only meant to have vapor in it. Now, we're not here to discuss that. We already know the toll that can cause. If you haven't seen my previous videos, or even Rain Man Ray's video where he's looking at a 2001 Toyota Camry that has an intermittent check engine light, come to find out the customer was overfilling the fuel tank all the time, replaced the carbon canister one time, and then had to turn around and possibly going to have to do it again from continuing to overfill his fuel tank. The first click, stop, you're done. Now, on the contrary, why does your vehicle click before it's full? Now let's talk about that crowd. There's a couple things. Inside the fuel nozzle, there's a little tube. Next time you go to the fuel station, don't put any money in the machine, don't swipe your card, don't touch nothing. When you get out, go up to the fuel nozzle, pick it up and look in the end of the fuel nozzle. And right where the spout comes out, you're going to see a little tube in there. There's a little ball on the top of it. In that tube, there's a bladder at the top. And basically it's a sensing bladder. After the vehicle gets so full of fuel and all that raw liquid is filling up all the vapors that are on top of it. You ever smell fuel and you're like, oh wow, that's strong, it smells good, whatever. Maybe you don't like the smell of fuel, I love it. As that fuel starts to get to the top and it's pushing more and more vapors out, that sensitive bladder at the end of that little fill tube inside the end of the gas nozzle is the check for it. Boom. It senses so much vapor right at the top, so much fresh, heavy vapor coming out. The little bladder inside, it's flat, and then as that tube is bringing vapor into that little bladder, it goes from being flat, and then it raises, and then it clicks off. The fuel pump clicks off, and it thinks that it's full. Now, why would your vehicle be clicking off early before it's full? Well, there could be an issue with the gas pump itself. It could be super sensitive and not being serviced enough. It could be the design of your filler neck where it goes down into the tank and it catches a certain area or something like that, and then it presses back up a certain way and then the vapors pop back up. There's also one instance that I will talk about at the end and then one right now. Most people don't talk about the one that I talk about at the end. And then you have your actual carbon canister itself. It could already be faulty. It could already be messed up. Once the carbon canister starts to degrade and vapors can't go anywhere and it causes issues in the system, you could possibly have to replace it already, and you just don't know it. And it's causing issues with the way vapor and stuff actually comes out into the fuel nozzle in that line to check that bladder and shut the fuel nozzle off. Now, what's one other reason why? A lot of fuel necks that go down to the fuel tank have an actual diaphragm, a honeycomb down inside there to stop people from stealing fuel and stuff out of your tank. It's actually built into the neck of the fuel tank. And sometimes that door will release. Sometimes there's like a bridge flap mechanism or whatever you want to call it. And as you're putting fuel in there, it will fill past that honeycomb, that flat area, and it'll fill the tank up. But over the years, filling up, not wiping off the fuel cap and stuff like that, who knows? There could have been debris and stuff that got stuck down all over that. So yeah, it can fill up and yeah, it's getting raw fuel. Yeah, you're able to fill the tank up eventually. But there may be something in that filler neck that's causing that problem that allows it to fuel up just enough, but then it comes back quick. So here's what I want you to do. When you go up to fill up your car, put the nozzle in. Before you even pull the trigger, turn it upside down. Put the nozzle in, start filling your gas. Turn it upside down and then leave it for a second, put it back in the hole. If it still continues to do it, and you've got the handle pulled all the way, back it off some. Don't put it all the way on the highest notch. Just click it until you get the first notch. Have you ever looked down inside the fuel thing? It's got a rib, and another rib. Some of them have 2, some of them have 3. Just go to the first one. If you don't want to keep sitting there pulling the handle over and over again, set the little lock on the first one. Don't go all the way to the top. Try that out. Let me know what you think. These are some things that could cause that early kickoff while your fuel, why the nozzle's kicking off before you're done filling up your fuel. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Good morning to you, by the way, and I hope you have a great day. Tomorrow I'm going to release the full video on a 2021 Lincoln Aviator, where an engineer actually came out, tried to do the programming himself, screwed it up, bricked the body control module, and there's a whole long video that you guys may be interested in on how I found that the actual explanation on how everything's supposed to be taken care of on Ford's side did not work. I had to create my own. So, see you all tomorrow. Good night for now. Good morning to you in the morning. Be blessed.